Alright guys, I'm diving back in for more Dokkan battle, and here we have the official EZA details for TEQ Transforming Frieza. We knew this was coming. The in-game news stated that his EZA stage will be arriving on the 28th of August, and it is the 27th, and it checks out because they normally release EZA details a day before the stage is added, so everything checks out. So we have his details, the first form Frieza and the golden Frieza changes. I am fairly certain that the way they did it is that they will keep the first form Frieza passive skill for the rest of the forms. That's what I'm going to assume. Maybe they left out the second, third, and final forms. I'm not entirely sure what they're planning to do, if they're going to actually release that information later. But my assumption is that the first form Frieza, the new passive, and his super attack effect and everything will be the same from his first form up until his golden Frieza form, where he will obviously shift to a different passive, different super attack effect. But with that being said, we don't have a translation from Goresh, but shout out to Harry, Turney, or Asuna. I don't know what they would like to go by, but they did the translations. These are the ones that I am looking at. I mean, I know some people are waiting for Goresh to 100% confirm that this is all correct, but I trust this in terms of translation because I've looked around at, other Reddit posts and other tweets, and all of their rough translations basically match up to this. So I trust this. I think this is correct, but if it turns out that there is something off, I'll obviously make another video talking about it. Now, the only mistake here is that the leader skill says Ki +3 in attack, defense, and HP plus 120%. This is the pre-EZA leader skill, obviously. It did get bumped from 120% to 130%. They did correct themselves. They just made a mistype on their original tweet. I'm a little bit disappointed with that leader skill. Honestly, I was hoping for 140% to be the minimum for his leader skill. 150% for what I would really want for his leader skill. I mean, I guess they're following in the footsteps of the 120% type category leaders and doing 130% instead of 120%. Maybe they're waiting to drop new units to have super and extreme class 150% of stats leads, which I think would be really fun for team building, making, villain teams and just hero teams no matter what units that they are. But the leader skill is a little underwhelming. That's just my personal opinion, but what can you do? Now, this is his first form EZA details. On super attack, he raises attack and defense. That is the same. Causes immense damage. That's the same. And lowers the enemy's defense. Now, that is the only difference with his super attack. They just tacked on that effect for his super attack. So now he lowers enemy's defense. Not really a big game changer. Lowering defense almost never matters in Dokkan, honestly. So that's not really a big deal. But what is a big deal is the passive. So let's look at his passive originally. Attack and defense plus 80% and recovers 11% HP at the start of turn. Now, his passive is attack and defense plus 110%, Ki +3, and an additional plus 10% attack plus 40% defense when attacking a superclass enemy, and he still recovers 11% HP at the start of turn. This is big. I really like what they did here. He does have an extra 30% attack and defense right off the bat, but this right here, this is what makes the unit for me. Ki +3. You may be wondering, why is this what you're really happy about? Why not the additional defense? This is a huge deal because the biggest problem with this unit is super attacking consistency. And it's not like you can't get super attacks off consistently. The thing is that you want to get super attacks off consistently. He stacks attack and defense all the way up until his golden form. Now, this is obviously the golden form Frieza's passive and super attack before his EZA, but the point is, it's still that you want to super attack all the way up until his golden form every single turn, because that way he can be at his max defense at his final form, and he can, have the best defense stats moving forward while still doing a ton of damage. And the Ki +3 basically makes it a whole lot more consistent to get your addition, or to get your attack and defense stacks all the way up to the Golden Frieza stage. So the key +3 here is huge for me, and I absolutely adore that they did this. The additional attack +10% and defense +40% when attacking a superclass enemy, this is very consistent as well, I'd say. There are a lot of superclass enemies in the game. A whole bunch of Saiyans, a whole bunch of other units. I mean, there's just a whole bunch, okay? So, if it's not 50% of the time that you'll just be facing a superclass unit, it's at least 40% of the time. So, you have a decent amount of the time where you can just bring this unit, not even worry about this part of his passive, and it will just be active off of the sheer fact that there are so many superclass enemies in the game. Now, it's also good to know because if you know you're facing a superclass enemy in, say, Dokkan Battlefield, you know that this unit will have an additional 40% defense on top of everything else. But even without that 40% defense, I'm guessing his defense stats going to be pretty decent already. So, still good, and he still does recover that 11% HP at the start of turn, which is always nice, especially now that he has defenses, so he can actually take advantage of that health that he heals. Now, moving on to his Golden Frieza form. His Golden Frieza super attack raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense, great chance to stun the enemy. Before his EZA, he just caused immense with a great chance to stun the enemy. Now, a great chance to stun the enemy is fantastic, by the way, 70% chance. Good for Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, and the like. But the big deal here, raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Now, he doesn't infinitely stack into his golden form and beyond. But the fact that he does raise attack and defense for 1 turn on super attack in his golden form means that stacking is even more important, which is why, again, I'm so happy that they decided to go key +3 here, because with his stacking all the way up till his Golden Frieza form, he'll be able to take advantage of it. How am I trying to explain this? If you super attack every single turn up until his golden form, he'll have the highest amount of defense he can have, and he'll be able to take advantage of it even better by boosting it by another 30% for 1 turn. So he'll be able to tank things even better before he gets attacked. So he could be a decent slot 1 unit as long as he's not getting attacked before he super attacks, which is very good. He's obviously a lot more bulky now, and he does do quite a bit of damage. Now let's look at his passive skill before his EZA. Attack plus 120%, recovers 50% HP at the start of turn, key +12, performs a critical hit once only. It turns into 150% attack and defense, which again, defense is huge. Big deal here. Big deal. Plus 150% defense is huge. Key +3 once again is huge. Absolutely love it. Additional attack plus 50% when attacking a superclass enemy. Recovers 50%. And guaranteed critical attacks, key +12 once. This is the same. This is a big deal. Not only is he raising attack and defense for 1 turn on his super attack, but he has 150% to his defense by default. He's getting the key +3, which makes super attacking more consistent, which means he'll be launching huge attack stats every single turn. And he has an additional plus 50% attack when facing a superclass enemy, which, as I said with the first form Frieza's version of this passive, except it's just missing out on the defense side of it, will be up a decent amount of the time. I'd say a 50% of the time this will be active no matter what, which is a fairly good thing. And this is just me, like, quote-unquoting. This is not actually factual. There's no actual statistics behind what I said, that this part of his passive will have at least a 50% uptime. There's nothing scientific or mathematically proven about what I said, but this is just me saying that there are so many superclass enemies in the game that you will most likely have this part of his passive active, or it will be active a decent amount of the time. So, overall, he's a beast. Now, let's look at his stats before he EZA'd and after he EZA'd. So, before he EZA'd, he has 17,200 attack stat, or not attack set, but 200 attack and 10,000 defense. That's very good, even without his EZA. These stats are fairly decent at Rainbow, of course. Very impressive attack and defense for a unit that's, you know, 3 years old. Very good, but then EZA, let's just take a look here at the Chungus numbers. 21,000 attack and almost 12,000 defense. Well, not almost, but, you know, very high defense as well. Almost 12,000, I'll say. Whatever. Those are like LR stats, guys. This is like some serious number crunching. What am I saying here? What am I saying, number crunching? These are serious numbers. Like, what, top 30 in terms of attack stat? 21,000 is a lot, guys. You know, almost 12,000 is quite a bit, too. So his stats are going to be great rainbowed, and I'm sure a lot of you have this unit rainbowed. It's been 3 years since he's out. Meanwhile, someone like me, I don't even have one copy of him, so rip me. I'm sure he'll be on the Frieza banner in a day or so. But that's not what I'm trying to talk about. He has really good stats, basically. EZA stats, on top of all of the buffs, on top of super attack level 15, I can imagine hitting consistent 6 to 7 million attack stats with this guy. When he's Golden Frieza, fully transformed, he has this part of his passive active, fully built up. He super attacked every turn until he turned into Golden Frieza. Has this part of his passive active. I can see 6 to 7 million attack stats flying off of this guy, which is amazing. And this is why, again, Ki +3 is huge, because it makes his super attacking way more consistent. You will see way more super attacks. So overall, I like what they did with him. I really do. I just don't have a reference to play with him before his EZA because I don't have the unit. So hopefully we pull him and I can talk about it and show it off. Now, I'm assuming that the AGL Super Saiyan Goku, the Transforming Goku, will also get a treatment similar to this. I'm sure he'll get his EZA as well. But it's looking promising, guys. This is a really good looking EZA. It's looking like he'll hit hard, and he's looking like he'll have pretty good defensive capability. I'm assuming at least 300k defense in Golden Frieza form if you super attack with him every single turn before he gets to Golden Frieza. So overall, I really enjoy what they did, and yeah, we'll just have to see how he plays out when we get him in game. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.